Hi, I'm Susan Berkley from GreatVoice.com with another edition of the Inside Voiceover video training series. And this series is all about the voiceover niche markets. And today we're going to talk about a niche market I know a lot of you are interested in, and that is audiobooks. My goodness, this thing has taken off, exploded over the past few years. Millions and over 6 million audiobooks are sold every year. And so many of our students tell us that they're able to get started in this particular niche, and it's been wonderful for them. But it isn't like any other voiceover niche. First of all, you are not running in and out of the studio. These books take a long time to record. So for every hour of recording, it's going to take you, finished recording, it's going to take you about 5 hours to record and produce. So before you actually get into this niche, you want to take a look at the time commitment. And when you figure that the average, say, 300-page book has maybe, I don't even know how many hours, 8 hours, 8 finished hours of audio, 8 to 12 hours of finished audio. You can only imagine how long that took to produce. Now, the great news is the producers give you several months to complete it, but be prepared for that commitment before you get into this. Now, that being said, let's talk about the different types of audiobooks. There are many genres. There's children's books. Those won't take as long, actually. There's nonfiction, all types of fiction, science fiction, Christian fiction, African American fiction, romance books, R and X-rated romance books and G-rated romance books. I mean, it goes on and on and on. Huge, huge genre. A fascinating niche to work in. And listen to this. 86% of the titles are adult titles. 14% are for young children. But 78% of the titles are fiction. So if you're doing an audiobook demo, make sure you put fiction selections on there. Now, one thing that's a little different about audiobooks is that the demos, the producers and the independent publishers you'll be working with, they prefer to hear you read 5 minutes of a book. And your audiobook demo should have 3 5-minute segments on it in general. So 3 different books, 5 minutes of each, so that they really can get an idea. You will have to do all the different characters in the book. They say that for Harry Potter, Jim Dale, who was the narrator of some of the Harry Potter books, he did 150 characters in that book. Now, I'm not saying you have to be that exhaustive, but if this is a niche you're going into, step 1 is to start listening to a lot of audiobooks and seeing what some of the great narrators are doing so that you really understand this niche and you can learn from them. It's extremely satisfying. It is time consuming. Now, large publishers, the huge ones, will want you live in the studio with a director, but that's really rare. Usually, most books are recorded at home in your studio. It is the most time-intensive voiceover niche for the least amount of money, although the actors that do this a lot make a pretty good, decent living at it, but they're really committed to it. That's all that they're doing. Agents usually don't help here. They usually do not cast audiobooks. So you're going to have to get that work on your own by working directly with audio publishers. You book your own projects. You work with casting directors, publishers, and audiobook producers who are really easy to find online. And that's my overview of the audiobook niche. I hope it's great for you, and we'll be back next week with more Inside Voiceover.